Good morning, good morning, good morning. B, how's it going?
Going good, good butterfly. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
Good,
Doing
good.
great.
What is this day? 70?
Wish my coffee was hotter, but it's
Oh,
okay. I let it get
that's
cold.
okay. Hmm. It's day 76, mama. Day
Yes, it
76.
is.
So welcome everybody to the End of the Season podcast on our 76th edition. Let me make sure everybody's good on Instagram Live, YouTube Live, and Facebook Live on your side, mom. Um, we'll let people come in here, let us know who you are, where you're from, give us a comment, say what's up. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. Hope y'all got your coffee too and that it's warm and that it's just the way you
Good
like.
morning,
Mine
Dr.
is.
Hunt is in with us. I will give you a call today. I saw where we got some business to talk about, but
Uh-oh.
I'll call you today. Yeah, yeah.
Uh-oh. Big
Um,
business on the way.
yeah. Dr. Hunt's doing the thing.
There we go. Congratulations, Dr. Hunt. I don't know what you got going, but congratulations. Hope you
Oh,
have even more success. You cold?
yeah, I am.
That you got to get that coffee right. You got to get that temperature
I
right.
know. I almost want you to just carry on so I can go. What? Y'all, I'm going to warm my coffee up.
You go ahead. I got you.
Do it. I know. I know the back of the book like the back of my hand now.
Oh, is that right?
I'll
Is
be
that right?
right back, y'all. Miss me
All
while
right.
I'm gone. I'm going to warm my coffee up.
We will. We will. Well, what's up again, everybody? This is the 76th show of the End This Season podcast, which was started as a acknowledgement and celebration of Black History Month in February. We started reading Dennis Kimbro's Daily Motivations for African American Success. There's Dennis Kimbro right there. I usually have him covered up with my finger, but this is Dennis Kimbro, who's the author of this book. Daily Motivations for African American Success will help you focus on the thoughts, attitudes, and deeds that will lead to the achievement of your true goals. In 365 short, powerful motivations, one for each day of the year, Dennis Kimbro, author of the popular Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice, leads us to discover how to use the present moment and our own gifts to transcend labels, cultivate a positive attitude, become wise enough to know when to say yes and when to say no, and how to look inward for answers to life's challenges. Each one of these motivations begins with words of wisdom from such distinguished and celebrated African Americans as Malcolm X, Marion Wright Alderman, Charlene Hunter Galt, Carl Rowan, Mother Hale, Reverend Leon Sullivan, and hundreds of others. This treasure trove of practical inspiration will give you fresh encouragement every day of the year, but what it teaches will last you a lifetime. Dennis Kimbro said that if there's any power that can reverse the fortunes of race, it's character. And that every thought which enters our mind, every word that we utter, every deed that we perform makes its impression on the innermost fiber of our being. So each affirmation in this valuable and thought-provoking book takes only a few minutes to read, but is worthy of more time for contemplation. So that's what we're doing here today, is reading it together and then giving it more time to contemplate, to reflect, to see how it might apply or relate to our lives and all that we do. So again, this is our 76th day. We're gonna relax a little bit and wait for mom to get her coffee. Y'all take a sip of your coffee if you've got it before you. We ought to do that. Like everybody, just make sure that they got their coffee right before we go in. So 6:30, 6:40, y'all should be getting that coffee or that tea just right. Tea was probably even better for you, but I ain't gonna lie, it's nothing like coffee for me. Is it good for you, mama?
It's hot. Yes, I fixed it and then I was moving about and just didn't drink it and let it got cold. I usually put it on my little warmer. Got a coffee
Mm,
cup warmer. And I didn't put it on there this morning, so it got cold. There's nothing like good hot coffee in the morning for me.
I know.
For
That's what I
me.
was just that's what I was just saying. I was like, y'all might drink tea or something like that, but I ain't gonna lie to you, man. There ain't nothing like a good cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Um,
We
but
got some
again,
bourbon syrup, y'all, to put in your coffee.
oh yeah.
Whew, if you've never had it, get it. It's called bourbon syrup. It's for your it's a sweetener for your coffee.
Mm,
Yes.
ain't that something? Ain't that something? Well, I just told them about the book, and for the people that haven't been here every single day, you might be like, well, I'm not African American. Can I still tune in? Absolutely, yes, you can. These are very human topics, but it is told and conveyed through the lens of African American history in America specifically. So in the
It's for
diaspora,
human Americans.
human Americans. It's just through the lens. Oftentimes when we get information, it's through I would say it's through the lens of it's through the lens of white America, you know, and no trouble or anything there. But as an African American, as any human being, there's a familiarity and a different way that you'll get it if it's told through the context and through the lens of your personal history and story and shared history and story. There's always um, there's always some nuance given. So while it is this human thing, there might be certain nuances with the title, with the quote, or with how that quote and that person relay, whether it be Ray Charles or whether it be Huey P. Newton or whether it be Dr. Martin Luther King. And so we want to make sure that since y'all came to the cookout, we want to make sure that you eat the good food. You might not know exactly what this plate is, but look, oh, okay, that's that, you know, that's that green bean casserole. Or that's that. We might have a different way of cooking this over here. So y'all just make sure y'all get all the things that you can, but at the same time, know that you don't have to be African American to enjoy the food. It just tastes like good old Southern cooking, you know? So just wanted to put that out there for everybody. And Mom, if you don't have anything, you want to shout out anybody in the comments? And if not, I'll
Um,
jump into it.
I want to piggyback real quick off of what you said, as it's seen through the lens of white America. I would like for people to understand that oftentimes, not all of us, but we feel like and we see that glass half full for us, as we talked about yesterday, or we picked the wrong attorney, as we talked about. Is it one that's going to convict us or tell us that life is good? So that's why this book is so important. Not exactly all for us, for sure,
Mm-hmm.
because we're all human, but how we perceive things. You know, Frederick Douglass could have just bought into, right? I'm a slave.
Assimilate them.
Right. I'm a slave and I can't do this. I can't learn to write. I can't learn to read. Um, and I bring him up because he was right there in it, going through it.
Right.
So mentally, the generational curses of that, the things that spilled over on our generation, our past generation, our parents, our grandparents, right? So we have to work extra, as Frederick Douglass did, as
Mm-hmm.
Rosa Parks did, right? We have to make some decisions. We can't waffle. And we have to be very intentional that we don't buy into it. So that's why we have to come to the barbecue, and people who are not of color like us, we want everybody to understand. Just like you have something in your family that may have scarred you, an alcoholic, I don't know, depression, right? Notice how you fight. You have to fight to get through that, to grow through it. Same for us.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine being born into slavery, seeing no different than an animal, and to have to wear that mark every day or choose not to. Choose not to. So I
Yeah,
just wanted to say that.
you definitely have to unlearn
Right,
so many
right.
things as you learn, and so that's a different type of
Journey.
experience and a
Yeah.
different type of journey to where, you know, there's certain nuances, again, like I said before, and cultural markers and cues that you might not understand,
Right.
but you can get to know them in a sense, right? So
And
we're gonna jump
understand them.
right and
And
potentially
understand.
understand them, you know, from a maybe not from a first person viewpoint, but at least from an ally viewpoint, right? So we're gonna jump right into it, Mom. If you don't have anything else to say,
I,
shout out to
I
the
do. I
people that.
just want to say good morning. Is your Instagram okay over there?
Yep, everything's going great.
So good morning, Dr. Hunt. Again, what we just talked about reminds me of Soul Sisters and what we're trying to do there. Brenda Davis, good morning to you. I hope you were feeling better. We hope you were feeling better and getting better. And then my brother Mike, good morning to you. So let's rock with it, Brenda.
Let's rock with it. So today is April the 16th. And so the title for today's passage on April the 16th is You must be dreaming. You must be dreaming. And the quote today comes from Henry Parks, an African-American entrepreneur. I have to look him up. I don't know who that is. And Henry Parks, the entrepreneur, said that in one hand, I have an idea. In the other, I have an obstacle. Which one grabs your attention? He said, in one hand, I have an idea. In the other, I have an obstacle. Which one grabs your attention? And the passage goes as follows. There is no dream in life that is beyond your ability to accomplish. The Creator would not plant a seed in your mind if He did not plan to give you the means to nurture and cultivate it into a beautiful flower. Once we know that God is working with us and not against us, we can cherish our dreams as divinely inspired. We can carry our dreams as divinely inspired visions of our new life. Then all we need to do is hold firmly to our dream, especially during the moments of doubt and challenge. The key to transforming your life is to keep your mind and heart on your dream. As Amway super salesman George Halsey once remarked, quote, obstacles are what you see when you take your eyes off your goal. I repeat, obstacles are what you see when you take your eyes off your goal. Your dream is a sprouting creation that needs desire and support to develop into full maturity. Then it returns the care by nourishing the dreamer as well as those who promote it. Every great achievement begins as a dream. A vision of success is a seminal idea that must be cultivated and strengthened by the individual who believes in his or her dream to stand by it in moments of difficulty. Again, a vision of success is a seminal idea that must be cultivated and strengthened by the individual who believes in his or her dream to stand by it in moments of difficulty. Are you willing to stand by your dream in times of opposition? Are you willing to say yes to yourself and your idea when others stand against you? If you have answered yes to these questions, then you are certain to succeed. For your dream is none other than God's dream for you. And the quote that we read 3 times, one for me, one for you, and one for the person that you're going to bless and send this to. The quote is, the affirmation is, not the quote, the affirmation is, today I will say yes to my dreams, changing my life in the process. For the second time, today I will say yes to my dreams, changing my life in the process. And the last time, maybe the person in the back of the room is you this time. Today, I will say yes to my dreams, changing my life in the process. All right, thoughts and reflections, Mom? What you got for me today?
I think I want you to hit this one first.
You want me to hit it? I just read it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Even the more.
Even the more. Okay. Well, as Mama says, I gotta oblige. You must be dreaming. When I think of that title, you must be dreaming. Anytime something is there, like almost an assumption. Sometimes it again, it's reflexive. Like or you could also you can take it in more than one way. You must be dreaming. You can say, because wherever you place the emphasis on the word, it gives a different connotation and meaning, even though it's the same word. So it's like if I say you must be dreaming, or if I say you must be dreaming, or if I say you must be dreaming, or if I say you must be dreaming, it's different when I put emphasis on each word, how you perceive it or how it's relayed as a communication tool. So I was thinking, how do they mean this? You must be dreaming. On one hand, you could say you must be dreaming in a sarcastic kind of cheeky way, right? Like whatever, you think you're going to achieve these goals, you must be dreaming. There's no way, right? And someone could say that to you, or let's say they sent it to you in a text, you must be dreaming. And some people may get upset. You don't believe in my goals. I have sat here and told you about what I think my goals and what I seek to accomplish in life. And you reply back and say, you must be dreaming. And then someone else who may have the same goal can express it, and then they get the same text, you must be dreaming. They say, yeah, I must be. I must be. I have to dream. I have to get out of this current situation that I'm in. I have to elevate. I have to grow. I must grow. So how are you looking at it? And so relaying that title to the quote gives me confirmation, where the quote says that I've got an idea in one hand, and in the other, I've got an obstacle. Which do you, what does it say? Which one grabs your attention? So in one hand, I have an idea. In the other, I have an obstacle. Which one grabs your attention? So in that title, reflect. Which one grabbed your attention? Was it the positive, like I must be dreaming, as an encouragement, as a motivation multiplier, right? Um, is it beneath your wings, wind in your sail? You must be dreaming. Is it something that's promoting the direction and the momentum that you already have going? Or did you, in your subconscious mind, read and listen to that title and think, you must be dreaming? Like, there's no way that I can accomplish this. How did you filter? By what lens did you digest the information that was being communicated to you? And it could have been tampered with by just the way that I said it a little bit, but ultimately, how you feel is a product of your own creation, not anyone else's. Everything that comes to you is just a stimulus to make you think, but how you feel about it is a decision, whether conscious or subconscious. You are responsible for your feelings, no one else. No matter what goes on, at the end of the day, you are responsible for your feelings. And so that's just what I get from the title and from the quote. Mom, do you want to add something before I go into the larger passage?
I do. I'll take it right back to the title. You must be dreaming. I think it's really important to internalize that because truth be told, most people they have a quote. I guess it's a quote. If you want to kill your dream, tell it, or dreams, tell it, or your goals or your vision, tell it to somebody. Right?
Oh, mm-hmm.
Tell it to somebody. Um, it's deeper than that, right?
Mm, yeah.
What do you think of your dreams?
What do you tell
What do
yourself?
you think of your goals? Right? Do you think that your expectations or this dream is too large to where you must be dreaming? Because it's to dream, we have to be in a state of sleep, of rest, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have those dreams and we wake up, right? Have you had a dream that seemed so real to you, you found yourself pondering about the dream
Mm,
that you had when you were asleep? That's what life does to us. Because if God, it says, there is no dream in life that is beyond your ability to accomplish. Then it goes, the Creator would not plant a seed in your mind if He did not plan to give you the means to nurture and cultivate it into a beautiful flower. No dream in life is beyond your ability unless you think it is. O ye of little faith, when all he asks is just the faith of a mustard seed.
mm,
And for you to work the goal. See, you don't work things that you don't believe in, right? You don't give 100% of yourself to things and people that you don't believe in. But turn that thing around. You don't give people 100% and things if you don't believe in yourself. If I don't love me, I can't love you. If I'm lying to me, I'm lying to you. If I'm lying to you, I'm lying to me. But you must be dreaming.
mm,
It's all about how you perceive it, how your what's your perception of it? In one hand, I have an idea. In the other hand, I'm telling myself this is way too big for the little old me. Although big old God gave it to me. The one
Mm.
that I said I have faith and trust in. That I don't worry, I'm not anxious because he says he'll supply my needs. So why do I need to dream, right? In this state? No, I need to get up. I need to get up and go out. So I'll turn
Mm.
it over to you. You had some more to give.
Yeah, and thank you. Thank you for that. One of the parts that I want to focus on is, the questions that were delivered at the end, that were asked at the end. Are you willing to stand by your dream in times of opposition? Are you willing to say yes to yourself and your idea when others stand against you? And if you've answered yes to these questions, then you are certain to succeed. But what if you answered no? You know, are you willing to stand by your dream in times of opposition? There are people among us who want to please others more than they want to be true to themselves. And there is a quote that I heard, that was attributed to Tupac Shakur, who said that, when they asked him about how he moved about and different things like that, and he said, or in the controversies that arose and kind of surrounded him, based on some of his rhetoric and based on some of his temperament, things like that. And he said, would you rather be at peace with the world and at war with yourself? Or would you rather be at war with the world and at peace with yourself? Because either way, there's going to be some type of struggle. There's going to be some type of thing to overcome, right? And we have to think, where do we fall on that? Do we incite war with ourselves by limiting what we say, what we do, what we deal with, what we entertain, who we entertain, or and do we take those sacrifices and have a war with ourselves? Oh, I should have said this, or I should have did this, or that wasn't right. And I don't think that I don't think that was right, or that rubbed me the wrong way. And I mean, just never saying anything about these things that are coming up, right? And keeping this these emotions in queue that we've never dealt with. Now, remember, at least in the way that I see it, your emotions are to inform your decisions. They're supposed to raise up, oh, wait, there's something that
Mhm.
has given me some type of dissonance about this situation. Instead of appealing to, say, our ego or pride or anything like that, let's appeal to our ability to develop our own character. Is this an opportunity for me? Right? Is this, since I feel this way, since it gave me some type of rise, there's something in me that I need to deal with, right? You don't heal what you don't reveal, right? Even to yourself. And I think there are things that we know, um, about our dreams, about our goals, there are insecurities that we might have about our dreams, about our goals, maybe based on what we're doing or not doing. So when we give our dream to someone else, as far as speaking about it, a lot of times, you know what I think? I think it's like, we're trying to reap the benefits of it, maybe even the social benefits of of having that dream, right? We're trying to seize a small portion of the success of that dream before we've accomplished it, right? I liken it to social justice activism. Not saying that there's nothing wrong. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with protesting or anything like that, but in many cases that I've seen in times of injustice, people, they feel a certain way about an injustice, so they go out and they protest and picket sign, and then they can leave that protest, and they're like, man, I feel like I changed the world, right? But there was no follow up. There was no policy. There was no plan. There was no methodology. There was no momentum to the movement. It was a splash. It was a moment and not a movement, right? So are we seeking moments of affirmation and validation, or are we seeking to move? Are we seeking to grow? Are we the stagnant water that just had a pebble dropped in it, or are we the flowing river that's moving downstream to the greater ocean of our desires, of our goals, of our purpose, right? So which do you see, and what do you do when there's obstacles? The last line in the um not the last line, it says obstacles, the quote by George Halsey, I think it is. It said obstacles are what you see when you take your eyes off your goal. Obstacles are what you see when you take your eyes off your goal. One thing in martial arts, in football, in darn it, any type of sport, even basketball, if your head and your eyes aren't aligned with the direction, they call it hand-eye coordination, right? Because the hand goes to where the eye is, right? If you look at this particular thing, your shot, your golf ball, your basketball, your punch is more likely to go in that direction. And then offensively or defensively, wherever the head goes, the body follows, right? So if you look at the obstacle, you'll hit the obstacle. If you look beyond the obstacle, you'll go beyond the obstacle.
Brandon,
So
that's
don't
golf.
exactly.
Because they say if you keep your golf is a great sport, you guys. If you want to try to do something new in your life, if you keep your eye on the ball, you will rarely never miss it. It's when you think about your swing or where it's going to go. But if you just keep your eye on the ball, it follows it. And baseball, right?
Yeah.
Keep your eye on the ball. Keep your eye on your goal. And that I'm sorry, I interrupted you, Brandon. I'm so
No, no,
sorry.
you're fine, my friend. Just
The
my
creator would not plant a seed in your mind if he did not plan to give you the means to nurture and
and
cultivate
cultivate.
it into a beautiful flower. Once we know, y'all, listen to this. Once we know that God is working with us and not against us, we can cherish our dreams as divinely inspired visions of our new life. Your new life. You got to become unlearned. And I went back to yesterday where it says there are two at any given time, there are two attorneys in your mind. One gathering evidence that life is awful, and the other defending that life is great. God is that other attorney, the only attorney that is defending for you that your life is great. Why? Because he created you. Why? Because he planted, he gave you a seed. Truth be told, y'all, we're all guilty here. The jury is out, as yesterday said. We're all guilty because God has given every one of us that will hear this and that's hearing this now something, a seed that he's planted for us. We won't go water it. We won't. He planted it in the exact spot that it needed to be, where it would get the right sunlight, the right shade. All you got to do is go water it. But lack of faith, the anxiety, all of that, thinking that you must be dreaming that God will give you this.
Mm.
Look around, y'all. I'm on a computer. We're streaming live. What else? We have microwaves. I have a coffee that's so old, a coffee warmer that I just plug up and it just keeps my coffee warm. Somebody dreamed that.
Yeah.
Somebody had a need for that. It's just the follow through. What do you do? Do you go outside and just, oh, I got a seed planted over there, but I must be dreaming? What do I do with it? What do I do with it? And
Mm.
the two guys building something. One was laying bricks. One was building a cathedral. His mind was on the goal, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. So sorry, Brandon, I just totally interrupted you and kept
No,
going. So
no, no,
back
no.
to you.
No, I'm listening, and I enjoy it. I'll go through this thing all day. One thing that I was that I was thinking about was how, I think it's the third paragraph, second paragraph, where the book, Dennis Kimbro speaks about the symbiotic relationship between the dream and the dreamer.
Mm.
Where, and this can add a little extra, fire in your journey, right? A little more fuel for your journey. It says your dream is a sprouting creation that needs desire and
Mm.
support to develop into full maturity. Just like that plant needs sun and water, that is the way that you water and that you feed your dream is with desire and support. So you have to want it. You have to really want it, right? You have to want it more for yourself than others want to stop you or want to impede you, or then um, nature wants to challenge you. You have to want it more than that, than the accumulation or the sum of all the challenges that might be associated with it. And then support. And we don't mean support from others. We mean support from you, right? You can want it all day, but if you don't, faith without works is dead. You know, business without work is dead. Are you promoting your business? Like speaking to myself, am I promoting my business? Am I marketing? Am I doing what I need to do in order to compel and procure clients or whatever, however you conduct your business? But what I mean about the symbiotic relationship between the dream and the dreamer is your dream is a sprouting creation that needs desire and support to develop to full maturity. Then
Mm.
it returns the dream returns the care by nourishing the dreamer as well as those who promote it. So
Mm. Say
as
that one
well
again.
as those who promote it, your day ones.
Because
Right?
the seeds that God plant within us is not just for us. It's
Exactly.
not just for us. So we got to
And
get out of our own way, stop dreaming. But those of you who hear the story, hear the dream, don't say, you must be dreaming. Say, oh, my
yeah.
brother, my sister, you're awake. Come on, let's go. How can I help you? What can I do? I don't want your stuff for free. Yeah, I've had to tell so many people what exactly while I'm in at the family reunion. One of my cousins, I'm so proud of. He has a bomb diggity bomb restaurant. I'm talking about his customers come in, they know him, they speak with him, they love him, they hug him. That kind of restaurant, right?
Yeah.
And he wanted me to eat for free. I said I will not.
Oh,
And
don't
he had
say.
already, yeah, he insisted. Like his manager was like, no, I can't charge you. I was like, well, I can't eat. So if you make it and if you don't take my money, then I'm not going to eat it. And then she tried to give me this big fat discount. So I just gave a big fat tip. And I said, because I know my meal was more than that. So I said, take the change, feed somebody who comes in here needing a meal. So
And
see,
you get the blessing for
I'm
that.
not gonna want his stuff for free. He's worked his self to get all this, to have this. How dare I come in and say, okay, I'll take this free meal? No, no, my fam, I'm paying. I'm paying. So I'm
And
gonna support his dream. I'm not gonna go in there because of what think about how many family members he might try to feed. That could break him. No, I'm paying my brother, my
mm,
fam. I pay KFC, Popeyes, everybody else.
and they ain't got no love for you.
And then right. So you gotta this is good, y'all. And truth be told, we're all guilty here. Me included. Me included. I'm double guilty. Because I don't know if y'all hear a lot of seeds dropping in your mind.
Mm,
We need a dream book. Write the vision, make it plain. And get some people on your side that does not think you must be dreaming. How you gonna do
right.
that?
Right. I have a story. I remember watching an interview about Sean Carter, Jay-Z, right? And he said that he told his uncle, if I'm not mistaken, that he wanted to go platinum, that he was gonna selling 1 million records, right? And his uncle was like, basically, in a nutshell, you must be dreaming. You from Marcy Projects, in Brooklyn, man. Like, what? You must be dreaming. You think you can sell 1 million records? And now looking back, you know, Jay-Z, I think his reply now is like, I sold 1 million records like 1 million times,
Hmm.
right? So had he listened to his uncle, who loved him, and had all the love for him and wanted him to be successful, but his uncle was projecting his own fears and insecurities onto uh, his nephew, right? And so we don't have to accept that. I won't call it emotional poison, but we don't have to accept that doubt, right? We don't have to accept that doubt,
Hmm.
even if it is reasonable. And what was Jay-Z's first album in 1996 titled? Reasonable Doubt, right?
Hmm.
It was titled Reasonable Doubt, which is the bar by which, when you're in court, that the defense must provide reasonable doubt in order to be found not guilty, and then the prosecutors must eliminate any reasonable doubt that they didn't do it in order to get a conviction. So reasonable doubt is a legal standard of proving innocence or guilt. It is the bar, literally, no pun intended. So, in my opinion, looking at the people who supported that, the symbiotic relationship where it says your dream, or then it returns the your dream returns the care by nourishing the dreamer as well as those who promote it, right? Um, the people who promote it don't always have to know in the beginning, right? They don't have to know the minutia or every single stage, because sometimes it's hard to see the big picture when you're looking at one drop of paint, if that makes sense. If you get really, really close to a beautiful picture, right? Let's say a Leonardo da Vinci or Justin Boa painting or something like that. If you look at one little small part, all you see is a blur of ink. But when you look back at the big picture, it's this beautiful art piece. And many times when we tell people our dreams, they see us in this small form. They see us in the micro. They're so close to us to where they can't see how big we are. They can't see how big our dream is
Hmm.
because they're so close to us. And that's why oftentimes, guys, family are the last to support you. It's not because they don't love you. They're just so close to you. And there might be insecurities about where they are in place and in space of time and life and the trajectory of their purpose. And so they're like, wait a minute, that's my cousin. What you mean you just made $1 million?
You at
What
the
you
back of the book with you at the back of the bus with me. How did
Yeah,
you?
like you was
Jay
just
Z's uncle. He's still sitting at the back of the bus or the back of the barbecue. You can't do
yeah,
that. We have the same thread fiber.
yeah, yeah.
We
And
we
like
cut from the same cloth.
exactly. So for me it's like it's reflexive to me in two ways, right? Like
Mhm.
I think for me, as a man, it's a little different. My my female family members and my male family members, I actually treat a little bit different, right? So, you know, with my brothers, you know, I'm not gonna say I'm harder on them, but I'm like, hey man, like you might look at me like, oh yeah, we was chucking peas on great grandma porch. How could you be doing this? That's sometimes the way that people could look at you, right? Like we was in the same place running outside with no shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like we was in the same place picking mulberries and eating out of the same cup. And you think you can go sell 1 million records? What you mean? Like how? Like okay, well, where am I? Not, how about you try to do this? Isn't it safer to do this? Isn't it safer to, I don't know, join the military? Isn't it safer to, and not saying, you do what you want to do. Isn't it safer to go get a 9 to 5 than maybe pursuing this dream? Or maybe, isn't it safer to major in this as
Mm.
opposed to going after, you want to be a cook? You want to be a culinary artist? You want to study music theory? No, wouldn't it be safer to go to do this? So people will try to divert or split hairs with your dreams. That's why you have to stand on purpose, right? And with my males in the family, I'm a little bit harder because I believe, I'm a little bit conventional. I believe that we should do our best to work, right, and to help maintain as best as we can. Not saying that we're always perfect at all, but at the males, I'm like, you act like we didn't have the same chances, right? Like we weren't all in the same place. So when they come to me for anything, the most thing that I usually give is advice, right? And whether that's right or wrong, I just say, hey man, like we have to work, we have to do this, we have to get up and go after it. Like that's our position. And I think when men are men, women can be women, if that
Mm.
makes sense. When men are men, once we provide the space and the place for a woman to be maintained and flourish, it actually helps us too, right? So my dream in this situation, for example, is a family, is a family unit, is a an operating functional family, right? So when you
Oh, we lost Brandon. Gives me time to talk. I got something to say. Brandon, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. I said it gives me time. I got something to say. It
go
gives me time.
ahead.
No, go ahead. No,
Oh no.
I was making light of it.
uh, oh, it's all good. I was saying that if your dream is to have a family, for example, then you have to desire that and support that to full maturity. And then in return, the care nourishes the dream. But then it returns the care by nourishing the dreamer and those who promote it. So think about your children. You cultivate them, they grow up, you get old, you took care of them, now they take care of you, right? Likewise, our dreams are the same way. So I'll end it there.
Brandon, I'll briefly, because we could keep going on and on, but you brought up the 9 to 5, right? And
Hmm.
and probably most all of us have a 9 to 5. Hopefully, there's some people on here that their 9 to 5 is their business, is their dream. But think about how much you support the 9 to 5, even in the midst of obstacles on the job, right? You show up when you don't want to go, sometimes when you're sick. That's someone's dream that you are nurturing.
Yes,
So it's
yes.
not that you can't do it, you just have more faith in the person that's doing it than you being the one who's doing it.
Mm,
Tyler Perry, for example, I know there's always controversy with everybody. We'll have somebody that gets there that followed their dream, and we'll hear their story, their God moments in the journey, and they kept going. I'm so inspired by not just him, Steve Harvey, another person that we seem to have controversy with. They're no different from us, because if we told our story, guess what, you guys? There's going to be some obstacles, some things in there that try to keep us from getting there, right? There's going to be some things. But look how we say to them. Somebody said to them, "You must be dreaming." A teacher told Steve Harvey he got in trouble. He got written up because he said he wanted to be on TV. And his teacher was like, "Little black boy, you can't be on no TV." And wrote him up. And he got in trouble.
and how many
And
shows he been on?
right. And he said he sent that teacher a big screen TV so she could see him on TV. Right? So
I
you
like
got
that.
it in you. Do you have the faith for yourself? Will you water your own seed? And it's
Mm,
okay to help someone else do their thing, 9 to 5, 10, whatever it is. But don't let your seeds go unwatered. Don't walk past your seed, right? To go
yes,
nurture someone else's.
and it's not to say to not be. grateful for what you have, because
Right.
think about it, the job that you have right now, your 9 to 5, is a blessing to you. It's the way by which God gives you provision.
The means, right.
But don't be stagnant water. Is that job your place of purpose? Are you standing on business? Are you standing on purpose? And what's the difference? Right? What is the difference? Right? Because, for example, your job is somebody else's dream. There's somebody out there that would love to have your job. So do it with excellence. Whatever you do it with excellence. Right? There's times where you can go to a restaurant and for some reason, I don't know who's in the kitchen today, but they got it right.
They got it right.
They got it right. I can taste the difference when you love to cook. When you love your job, I can feel the difference, right? So you can always tell the difference when there's passion, desire, purpose, and support behind your dreams and goals. So give that to yourself and require it from no one else. Fuel your own dreams, and the people that support along the way, cherish them,
Cherish them.
cherish them, cherish them. So I don't want to keep you guys too long today. So if you're good, Mom, I think that's all that I
I'm
have.
good. I'd like to read a few comments.
Yeah.
We've had some more people come in. Flav says hello and good morning, all the way from Guana. Is she Guana? I think. Tracy,
Ghana.
cousin, fam. Good morning, family. Love
Ghana.
y'all. We love you back. We love you back. You guys, Pearlie's is the restaurant in Albany, Georgia. So if you ever visit Albany, Georgia, go to Pearlie's. My cousin, support his business. It
I'm
is
trying to go.
awesome, awesome. Um, Tracy says, so good, fam. And then Chris Campbell, good morning. Long time, my brother. Glad to see you are still up, lifting our mindset. Thank you, Chris. I have to, because I'm in doing that, I'm also lifting my mindset. So thankful for you, my brother. Hope all is well with you and your fam. Ms. Brenda says, I'm supporting the company that I work for right now, even though in 1 month and a half, I will no longer be employed by them. I am getting laid off after 40 years of service. I do
Mm,
have dreams of my own that I need to be nurturing and supporting. Um, you guys, we have something that we call here the Renaissance Building. Miss Brenda, if you got some dreams, you guys, they will support, help you, assign you a counselor, someone to a coach, I guess, to work with you, get everything worked out and worked up, give you the water to plant your seed. So let's lift each other up with that. So that's
mm.
all I have. Do you have anything from Instagram that you want to put
I
out
just
there?
want to shout out Gator Sports Therapy, who joined in, Neighbor by Narrow, Colin P, Ahmed, Mr. Flowers, and Monte for tuning in today, man. Just people popping in, saying what's up, showing some love. I appreciate all of your support, and I cherish y'all for seeing the Instagram go live and thinking enough of me and my mother and this show to tune in and give us some of your time. So thank y'all so much for joining us on all the platforms. If you
Yeah,
can,
YouTube TV as well. We kind
I
of,
was about to say, if you can,
yeah.
please go to the YouTube, like it, support it, subscribe so that you get notified when we do go live or when we do post a video, and let us know in the comments what types of content that you're looking for. Not just I usually say let the algorithm know, but let the human beings know. Contact us, send us a message, let us know how the shows are going. Let us know if there's something that we can do better. Let us know if there's something that we need to stop. Is if there's something that's taking away, I will take the criticisms as opportunities, right? Everything is happening for us, and we want to provide the best value for this content, right? This is I heard about entertainment. There's a podcast called Valuetainment that I really appreciated. That how much value are you getting from this? And if you find value in this, please keep it going forward. We do this for free. Don't pay us. You pay it forward by sending this link, getting the book as a gift for yourself and maybe for someone else. Pay it forward because we all need this. Okay. So thank you guys so much. That's all I really have for today. Again, we will end this the same way that we always do, by a
Brand,
reading of the, huh?
Brandon.
Yep.
I
You got
just
something else?
posted out there the YouTube video about why we get stuck in the negative, right? So you guys,
Mm.
I'll go back and do it for yesterday because I did say I was and I did not, but I just posted that link in this podcast, this live one, and I will go back now and post it in the one before, day before, which was yesterday. So you guys take a look at that video. That is very helpful in learning how to get out of your own way. All right.
Oh, Mom, you're such a teacher. You give me all the teacher vibes, giving us homework. I appreciate it.
Thank
But
you.
again, guys, so we end this the same way every single day by reading the title, reading the quote, and then reading 3 times the affirmation at the end. So today on April 16th, the title was "You Must Be Dreaming." And the quote from Henry Parks, an entrepreneur, excuse me, said that in one hand I have an idea, in the other I have an obstacle. Which one grabs your attention? And that says a lot.
Hmm.
Um, and our affirmation that we read 3 times, one time for me, one time for you, and one time for the person that you are going to send this message to. Someone that needs to hear this affirmation. If you need all 3 readings, take it for yourself. You know, you want to
Read
read
it
it
one
4
more
times?
time for the people in the back,
And
still
the
in the
people in
back
the
of the barbecue.
Oh, okay. Just looking, smelling all the good food. Ain't
Yeah,
tasting nothing.
just looking at us like they must be dreaming up there.
Mama said, let's read it 4 times. So by repetition, maybe it will stick. And think about this going through the day, guys. We don't read this 3 times for no reason or 4 times for no reason. Think about this through the day. Let it come up in your mind. Play with it in your mind. See the opportunities and the signs that come before you, and take action on them. And so the affirmation for today that we'll read 4 times is, today I will say
Today, I
yes to
say
my
yes to my
dreams,
dreams,
changing my
changing
life
my life
in the
in the
process.
process.
Today
Today,
I will say
I will
yes
say
to my
yes to my
dreams,
dreams,
changing my
changing my
life
life
in the
in the
process.
process.
That was 2. How many more we got to go? We got 2 more. Today
Today,
I will
I will
say
say
yes to
yes
my
to my
dreams,
dreams, changing my life in the process.
changing my life in the process. I like to hear you say it, Mama. You want to say the last one for us? Go ahead. Say it for us.
Today, I will say yes to my dreams,
Mm-hmm.
changing my life in the process. Can I say today, I will water my seed, changing my life in the process? Water
Wow.
your seed today.
I
What?
said, wow.
Water your seed
Amen.
today. Water it. And put some water on somebody else's.
Yeah. Or if you haven't even planted your seed, go get your seeds and plant your seeds. Go plant your seeds. It's springtime. It's time to do it. In this season. What season is it? It might be planting for you. Planting season. So that's all we got for you, y'all, before the time runs out on us. Thank you so much for joining us. Join us tomorrow, 7 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Eastern. We love you. We appreciate you. Welcome. Thank you for coming to the cookout. Hope you got a plate. Hope you took some home for your family and for your loved ones. And we'll see you at the next one tomorrow. Same time, same place. Peace.
Get the book, watch the
Get it.
video that
Get it.
the link. Check out that link. Watch the video. Get the book.
Take care,
Water
y'all.
your seed. Peace.
Peace.